Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a solo video without anyone with me, but why the hell not? So something that I've been getting a lot of is comments from you guys, which I love and appreciate, but I feel like it would be good to actually go through these comments and react in real time, because to be honest, a lot of these comments are actually kind of negative and there's a lot to glean from this. There's a lot to unpack. So here we go. Oh, and firstly as well, another thing I want to say is that honestly, I do a lot of A/B testing on these videos, right? So like I split test different titles. So as I'm going through and I tell you the title of the video that I'm reading the reaction to, it might not be the same title that you see, because there's usually like 2 titles that I'm testing. So let's go. Yeah, please. No worries. Thank you. That's what we call service. So video number 1. She explains why most men get ghosted. This is me talking to my friend Lenny, going through her Hinge profile. All right. Now, this man says, I don't even care anymore what the reason is. So now here's the thing. The guy cared enough to see the video, click the video, watch the video, and leave a comment. That is total engagement. That's like a sign of him caring massively as far as YouTube is concerned. But what's he really saying? He's saying, I'm sick of being ghosted. I've given up, and that's that. I'm annoyed. But he's trying to position it as he doesn't care when he actually couldn't care anymore. And the basic point is, it's like, if you think like this guy, then you really need to stop. Because if you have given up, cool, do not watch content like this. What is the point? What is the point of torturing yourself and wasting your own time? It's just weak behavior. Now, if you haven't actually given up, and if you do want to sort this out, and if you are being ghosted more often than you would like, then sit down and just work out what you need to do. Work out what you need to do in order to get to where you need to be. Because there's so many guys like this in this space. And it bothers me that this channel attracts a few of those guys who watch to be like, ugh, I hate women. Oh, women have it so easy. These fucking bitches and whatever. Why waste your time? Go and do something else. So if you're going to sit and watch the video, then you clearly care about this. And if you clearly care, do what you can in order to resolve the situation. If you are being ghosted, there's basically 2 reasons. Number 1, you don't know how to message. Number 2, your profile and presentation suck. So figure out what you need to do. If you're not going to do that, then stop caring. Go and do other stuff with your life. No one is forcing you to message women or to try to get with them or to watch content like this. Just do what you got to do and just bounce. Next one is from a recent video called The Reason Men Lose Attractive Women. All right. So this comment says, actually, each one's trying to outdo the other one. See the pattern? I dump better women than they could ever be. And it's like, all right. Firstly, I did not get the vibe that these women were trying to outdo each other at all. That's not the vibe I got, but let's give this man the benefit of the doubt. But he's like, oh, I dump better women than they could ever be. No. Like, what's he trying to say with this? It's like, there's so much ego behind this statement. I dump better women than they could ever be. Meaning, women I reject are better than these women. If that is true, do you really think he'd have felt the need to say it? If that was actually true, do you think that if he looked at those women and he actually felt like, these women aren't in my league or my category, that he would have actually been triggered enough to make that comment? I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. So what he's doing is like revealing some sort of insecurity. I mean, again, like he's saying they're trying to outdo each other. I didn't get that at all. And the point I'm trying to make is this, right? Because I understand that we live in a world where like misery sells, right? Like for instance, if I'm going to make a video and I'm going to interview a woman, I will get better views, more engagement if I attack her and I start some sort of debate back and forth, because people like love the drama. But where is the actual point and where's the need? So I see a comment like that and I see like a guy who actually needs a hug. That's what I actually see, because if he was, those women are objectively attractive women. Objectively. right? You would have to be out of your mind to look at these women and go, oh, they're not physically attractive. No, they are. They actually are. If you are rejecting women who are better than these women, why do you need to come on to a frigging YouTube video comment section to say it? It seems like you're trying to prove something. So what are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove it to? Anyway, another comment on the same video reads, high body count, need no man women and their overinflated self-evaluations and unrealistic expectations in men. I'd rather be single. Now, how do you know these women have got high body counts? There was nothing about what these women said in that interview that said to me particularly promiscuous. Nothing. So I'm not sure where you got that. Overinflated self-evaluations. I mean, I didn't particularly see anything that said their evaluations were overinflated, but here we go. Unrealistic expectations in men. Where did they say that they expected anything? There was one woman who said she was pushing forward and trying to grow and excel. And the man that she was with wasn't doing that. And she's like, is this guy for me? Something to just be really frank about is that for one reason or another, women are attracted to men that they look up to. It is what it is. So we can moan and complain, but it is what it is. If the woman is excelling and trying to succeed, she's going to want a man who's also excelling and trying to succeed. That's just how it be. You know what I mean? Stop giving me the grief. Jesus, peace. Anyway, and another one as well. So like the last woman literally said that she paid for her man to do everything. That this guy actually had money, supposedly. I'm totally sure that this man was just chatting shit. But the man's got money. He's got cash, he's got dough, he's got cheese, he's got cheddar, he's got money in the bank, but he's actually saying to people, well, he's making her pay for everything. So now, irrespective of whether or not that man actually did have money, right, which I don't believe he did, but what unrealistic expectation does this woman have of men if she is willing to pay for everything? So at the very least, she's very happy to go like 50-50, it seems. When I see comments like this, what it says to me is there's a subset of men who see these videos and they're so hurt. You know, like you hear about femcels, right? Like the women online who are like, men, I hate men. Men are the problem. Men have done everything wrong. It's all about men. Like you see those women, right? Well, this is like the male equivalent. And then they'll watch a video through a lens and then they're not even really... Like they're not watching, they're not engaging, they're not really listening to what the women are saying. It's all going through a filter. And the filter is, what's this dumb, self-entitled, careless, doesn't care about me, barely has a soul bitch. What the hell does she have to say for herself today? Which I think is unfair. The next one's from a video called She Said Men Are Too Scared to Approach. My interview with 𝗬𝗍. This is what this comment said. The problem with this statement is that it goes both ways. How many times has she approached top tier men? She disqualifies a dude based on how his picture looks, yet her photos are completely staged. With the makeup, the lights, Photoshop, etc. And the biggest problem with her mindset is, to the men she wants, her beauty is a commodity. It is nothing new, nothing special. These men get attention from women who are better shaped, better skin, better chest, etc. All right, so here we go. To be fair to 𝗬𝗍, from going through 𝗬𝗍's pictures, going through 𝗬𝗍's Hinge, it didn't really seem like she was overly interested in going for absolute tip of the spear men. Like a lot of the guys that she liked were, they were like above average men, but it was nothing crazy. I'm going to give her that. Now, how many times has she approached top tier men? She doesn't approach men at all. But here's the thing. It's like, what we actually just need to realize is that men and women play by different rules, and we can complain about the rules or you can just accept it. When you play a video game, right? Let's say you're playing some game like Fortnite, which I've never played, but here's something I can imagine because I have played games like that in the past. I'm pretty sure if we're in a team on Fortnite, I might be one class, I might be the medic class, you might be the brute, bruiser class. There's going to be a guy who's a sniper or something like that. And they have different abilities and they have different weaknesses, and it is what it is. And you got to realize that life is actually the same. So when you're a woman, you're not really going to be approaching men. Men are most likely going to be approaching you. When you're a woman, for one reason or another, you are attracted to men who appear to look good but do it in a natural sense. That is just the way it is, right? What you are attracted to is men who look good, like on their profile, but it appears effortless. Now, here's the thing. Men don't care about that. They don't. Men do not care how staged a woman's pictures look. So as a result, a woman can get away with having staged photos, while with men, we can't necessarily do that to the same degree. It honestly just is what it is. But rather than actually complain, just deal with it. Anyway, the biggest problem with her mindset: to the men she wants, a beauty is a commodity. It's nothing new, nothing special. These men get attention from women who are better shape, better skin, better chest. It's like, Firstly, I think Elena's got a great shape. I think she's got great skin. I'm not too sure about her chest. I've never really paid attention. But here's what I'll say. I mean, if you watch my interviews with Elena, it'd be very tough for you to say that all she has going for her is looks. She's clearly very intelligent. She's clearly very confident. She's clearly very sassy. She's clearly driven. So to try and say her beauty is a commodity, which is nothing important or special, I mean, okay, let's go with that. But if you really want to see her and then say that that's all she has to offer, I mean, you're totally wrong. There's nothing about this woman that's like an airhead in any way, shape or form. She's a business owner, and she's a successful business owner at that. She ain't dumb in the least. She has a lot to offer. Next comment is from a video called "The Part About Dating Nobody Talks About." Now, so this is an interview I did, like a street interview with a woman. And here's the crazy thing, right? This woman was so thoughtful and introspective. So she spoke about where she went wrong in relationships. She spoke about the fact that she wasn't perfect in her past relationships and isn't actually perfect herself. And that men aren't the cause of evil for everything. And how often online do we hear about women not accepting accountability? You hear it all the time. But then when a woman is clearly accepting accountability, there are people who don't give her the credit she deserves. Like, for instance, this guy says, it should be, is he a sucker? Not, I want to feel safe. Gentlemen, watch out. So she said she wants to feel safe. Like, that's what she wants from a man. And the thing is, all women basically want that. Well, actually, they want to largely feel safe, but they also want a tinge of danger as well. That's the truth. But fundamentally, they do want that safety. You know, like there's an oscillation between safety and danger, which is the kind of thing that you really get in female written romance novels. But do they want to be like with a man who makes them feel safe? 100%. And all she did is just say that. And like this guy saying, it should be, is he a sucker? Nothing about what this woman said implies that she's looking for men who are suckers. And here's the thing as well. I know that what I do is red pill adjacent, right? Or red pill, let's say red pill adjacent. And I know that in the red pill community, there is this belief that, women are this. This is what women are. And women do not accept accountability. Accountability is a woman's kryptonite. If you point something out to a woman that she doesn't like, she's going to have a heart attack and she's going to faint and she's going to swoon and all of this kind of stuff. And that is true for loads of women, but that isn't true for all women. I don't date women like that. I do not date women who don't accept accountability. I don't even bring women like that onto this platform. If you look at the women that I'm speaking to, as I have been told personally, and it is actually true, they're very intelligent and reflective. These women exist. But the thing is, you got to know where to go to find them. And the first step to knowing where to go to find them is to actually put in the effort to attract them. That's what you need to do. So if you are meeting women that don't resonate with your values, meet different women. It's honestly that simple. I approached a woman on the street today, and she had just gotten out of a relationship, like she'd just gotten divorced, right? And I could feel in her aura that she just wasn't ready for anything. Like, it was like a 2-week-old divorce. This woman was talking to me about where she went wrong in that relationship. She wasn't just like, oh, he was a piece of crap, and I'm the divine, beautiful woman, he doesn't do anything wrong. She was actually aware of where she went wrong in the whole process. So, you know, look and you'll find. Next guy says, girls say that crap, then they only want to date some POS guy because he's different and exciting. But okay, here's the thing. Women do want exciting, yes. And do they want different? I don't know. It depends how you define different. But I do want exciting. But exciting doesn't mean that you have to be a bad person. There's nothing like mutually exclusive about being a good person and creating excitement. There is no reason why you can't speak to the woman about your hopes and dreams and plot global domination together and fuck her in an airplane at 16,000 feet. The two things can exist in the same man. Being good doesn't mean she's virginal. So here's an issue that a lot of men fall into, is that if you're a good man, you are likely to think to yourself, oh, she's a good woman. Ergo, I have to wrap her in cotton wool. I have a former client called Mark who's probably watching. Hello, Mark, if you are. I have done videos with Mark, so I'm not putting him on blast by saying what I'm about to say. But Mark has a tendency of seeing women as Snow White, as like they are just liable to fall apart. Like he has to protect them and their emotions at all costs. If he flirts too much, he needs to stop flirting because maybe they can't handle the flirting. They need to know that it's all okay. Mark is an extreme version of what a lot of men do. Just because you're not going to mistreat her doesn't mean you won't flirt. It doesn't mean you won't say, all right, look. We're going away this weekend. Pack your bags, be ready. I've got a surprise. It doesn't mean that you can't do all of that. You still can. You can be a good person, but actually an exciting one at that. Next one is from my video. He gets girls easily but wants something real. He said, a lot of women are becoming immature in relationships. Now, what was crazy about this is that this comment had nothing to do with the video. Literally nothing. This video is about Dex and his quest to meet a woman who reflects him. He wasn't complaining about women at all. He's just doing his own thing. He's building a business and he is putting himself in the right mind state to attract his dream woman. That's what he's doing. And this guy says a lot of women are becoming immature in relationships. It has nothing to do with the video. And this is what I'm saying before about guys watching his content through a filter. Through the filter, and everything gets passed through the filter. It's like, how the hell can I attract women? I saw this video on Instagram once where there's a woman who's done a marathon and crosses the finishing line and she sees her friend and like she kind of like waves at her friend and she's just really happy that she's crossed the finishing line of this marathon. Now, the woman who was reacting to that video, like the woman who made the reaction video to that video, somehow saw that and then brought men up into it and how men aren't good people but women are. Men had nothing to do with that video. Just like women being immature has nothing to do with this. Another guy says, same situation as bro, don't struggle attracting women, can't find the right one for me. All about creating the atmosphere that's comfortable and attracts women, emphasis on, well, I mean, I can't see what he's written after that. But yeah, essentially something I've learned is you can't attract the kind of women you want. Go to where those women are going to be. It's really like gold diggers. Gold diggers have got the right idea. Gold diggers know that if they want to attract a wealthy man, they need to be where the wealthy men are going to be. And they also know that they need to have what wealthy men want, which is youth, beauty, stunning outfits, etc. And they get the job done because they go to the high-end areas of whatever city. They go to the high-end nightclubs in that high-end area. They dress a certain way. They put themselves out there, and then they eventually find the kind of man that they want. We all need to do the same thing. Finally, one guy says, in Asia, it's easier to hook up. In America, dating is dead. Hooking up is dead. In Asia, it's easier to hook up. So I'm in Bali, which is in Asia. Let's assume it's easier to hook up in Asia than it is in America. This podcast wasn't about hooking up. It was about meeting someone that you really gel with. Why did this commenter watch that and then go, it's easier to hook up in Asia? What does that have to do with anything? It has literally nothing to do with anything. And it's like, again, if you're watching these videos, please realize that here's what we're not doing with the man manual. And again, I apologize about my throat. It's just kind of weird. What we don't do is we do not complain. We do not go, woe is me. We do not sit and cry and make noise or whatever. We just deal with reality and we bend reality to our will based on where we're at. So if you don't have what you want, figure out how to make it happen. That's basically it. If you don't have the ability to figure out how to make it happen, then just own that and just get on with your own life. But less of this, like the blaming stuff. Because like, here's the thing that I can't believe people don't get, right? Let's assume that all women are evil. Let's just assume. All women are evil. If you were born a woman, do you think you'd be any different? I really think about that. So if all women are evil and men are virtuous, right? Men are virtuous and men are good and men are honest and men are proper and men are just better in every conceivable way. Is it pure fluke then that you happen to be honest and virtuous and better in every conceivable way and you're male? Did you even choose to be born male? Like, you're in a male body. How the hell did that happen? So it's just pure fluke that you happen to be superior. But if you were born in a female body, you'd be exactly the same. And of course, do I believe that women are inferior? No, I don't. But the point I'm freaking making is, like, if I was born in a female body, I would be hypergamous. If I was born in a female body, I would likely be on Hinge or Twitter or Bumble, being unbelievably selective about the men I talk to. Unbelievably selective. I would be doing all of the stuff that pisses you off. And you would be doing it too, because it would be all you know. This is what it is, isn't it? So just stop complaining and just live in the world as it is and just deal with it. Something my mom said to me when I was a child, my mother, she said, bearing in mind I'm growing up in England in the 1980s and the early 90s, which was a very racist place, a time in which people would try to fight me regularly for being black. And I do mean regularly. I do mean regularly. It was like once a month. Go back to your own country, you black bastard. Fucking nigger. How many times I hear that, you gollywog, coconut, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, point being, actually, white people weren't calling me a coconut, to be fair. Point is this. My mum said, all right, look, Kieran, these people do not think you're a human being and you have to fight 5 times as hard to get half the respect. Now, I don't know if she meant it like this, but what she basically said to me without saying it is, even if you're down to 10 men, to use a football analogy, you can still win the game. So that's how I look at it with life. Doesn't matter what happens, I'll just figure out a way around it. There we go. Do we live in a world where women have it easier in dating? Of course we do. Of course we do. But do women have it easier in dating than all men? Nope. You know, you hear about the top 20%, right? The top 20% of men. Tell me this, rude boy. Are most men actually working on themselves? Of course not. Of course not. So if you consider that most men aren't actively working on themselves, do you think that if you're the average guy, because like the average guy is going to be somewhere between 40 to 60%. That's what makes you average. All right, cool. So let's say you're like the top 45%, right? You are better than 45% of men because you're average. Cool. Is it impossible for you to level up to that top 20%? Is it? Is it really? Like, yeah, it takes some work, but you're not really competing against anyone because everybody else is just at the level that they're at. You can do it. I did it. So, you know what I mean? Like, just stop complaining. Just make it happen. Anyway, that is it for this video. So if you like the cut of my jib, and if you're like, you know what, this guy's saying something, he's onto something, he's chatting some sense, good Lord, my God, he's so right. Well, number one, like, comment, subscribe. And I'd like you to leave a comment that's relevant to the video, 𝗪cy 𝗂𝗂. That's number one. Number two, if you want to actually learn like how to become, like how to achieve the things with women that you don't know how to achieve. For instance, I said I approached a woman today, right? She's recently divorced. Now, transparency, woman's recently divorced, so I ain't really gonna push nothing on her. Like, literally been divorced like 2 weeks. It was raw, but I did. And you know what? We added each other on IG. Who the hell knows where that connection's gonna go? Maybe I will interview her in the podcast. Maybe she'll become a friend. Maybe she'll become my wife in like 6 months' time when she's recovered. Who the hell knows? But would you like the ability to do that? I met a Korean woman yesterday. Korean. Would you like the ability to do that? Matching women on apps, having women wake up in your bed and all that kind of stuff. Well, go to the Substack because there's a lot of like learning resources there which will help you on your quest. You can also book a call with me as well. Actually, there's a link in the description. Sign up for coaching because I'm an excellent coach, or should I say an exquisite coach. An exquisite coach. You want a man that's going to take you from where you are right now to where the hell you want to be. Except no substitutes. But anyway, that's that for this video. 𝗪cy 𝗂𝗂, and